Okay, YouTubers, this is my first attempt at ever making a video, so bear with me on all this stuff. But I'm going to show you how I got my pressure washer into a homemade sandblaster, water blaster. What I got here is a hood off of a 71 Mach 1 Mustang, and it's got some paint that's on there pretty good. And I'm going to kind of show you the setup because it was trial and error for me. Not really having ever done this. Kind of looked at some stuff on YouTube and looked around and kind of tried to figure out the best way to do this for me with all the spare parts I had laying around the house. So of course I bought the blaster nozzle here. You can get that from just about anywhere on the internet. Northern Tool, Mayfair, Amazon, wherever. And I'll kind of show you what I did here. Took the hose, of course, attached it to, and I put in this valve here, and that's to regulate the amount of sand that's going in. I didn't want too much. I didn't want a lot of waste. I've tried different kinds of sand. There's a pile of glass beads right there. I found that the best thing is medium grade sand. Do not use play sand. Play sand has too big of rocks in it, and it will plug the tip here, and I'll show you that. But I put this in there to regulate the amount of sand because I am using a pressure pot. I am not using the siphon that was sent with the wand. So I made a homemade pressure pot out of that propane tank. Now, everybody who is like, you're crazy to be welding on a propane tank, yes, you are. I want to throw out there, if you do this, you're doing it at your own risk and your own skills and abilities. What I did was, I'll show you here, it's a tank just like this. This one actually is full. It had the valve here, which I unscrewed that. I turned the tank upside down. I welded 3 legs on it. So that's actually the output side of that tank over there, as you can see down here on the bottom. I come out into the T. I have air coming in here, pushing through into this valve here, which is basically kind of like it could be a secondary if I decide to not use the pressure blaster, but it's basically the amount of sand that I'm allowing to go through here. Of course, welded on, and then what I did is I came in the top here and I took a hole saw and I drilled out a hole and then welded in. You can see I'm not the world's greatest welder, but they hold. Welded in this fitting, bung, whatever it is, and I have a 1/2 inch plug that goes in that. As you can see over here, I drilled another hole and put this 1/4 inch T in line. This goes down and feeds the air down, and this is my valve for my air going into my pot. Now, currently I'm running only 50 psi into here. It will hold up to 100 psi or 120 psi, but I'm just running 50. My line runs back to my air compressor. Now this is very, very important, this next part, because I find that running this dryer, receiver dryer, and this is just a little cheap one from Harbor Freight, to keep that media in the pot dry is ideal. Now here, I'm going to show you in my hand, that little rock, I was trying play sand, as you can see. I loaded up on play sand there. That little rock in my hand actually would plug the tip. So unless I screen down that play sand to get the finer stuff out and take these larger pebbles out, it is not going to work. But I'm going to set up and show you how it works. Hopefully it will kind of come out all right. But let's give it a shot here. Okay, as you can see there, I took a little paint off that. You could see that well from back there, but I kind of want to show you this, how good of a job it's done. So this hood's been painted several times. Currently the state was black, but yeah, that seems to work pretty good. Just a little spots I got to kind of re-hit where it's on there pretty good, but all in all, it looks like it's making a pretty good mess. Let me show you real quick one more time. So if anybody has any questions, you can email me. But once again, we got the siphon tip, which is not really siphoning, it's using pressure pot, but we got the tip for the pressure washer. We got the media regulator valve, and you could, at the beginning, you kind of see me adjusting that and messing that because I didn't want to put too much media on there. If you blast with too much media going out, what happens is your media bounces back off of the surface, and the media that's incoming will basically hit it, and you're basically sandblasting your media that's bouncing back off the surface. So it's you kind of want to have the right amount. So that's a pretty good pickup that I got from a different YouTube video. So we got a hose that runs over to our pressure pot here, propane tank. How I made this, I don't think I mentioned it, but when I took the top off of it, I actually filled it up with water. Then I drilled my holes in it. So I filled it up with water, let it sit for 2 days, made sure that there was no propane left in it, and then that's when I drilled my holes in it. But we got reduced down 3/4 inch line. This is the air line in. It comes up. This is the air line from the compressor in. 1/2 inch plug bung in the bottom of the propane tank. And as you can see, I'm just running this off of a inexpensive pressure washer from Home Depot. Actually, this has a modified pump on it, and it was a really cruddy pump design to begin with, and the pump failed. So I picked up this giant pump. It is a very inexpensive pump. I put it on here, modified it. This Honda motor seems to run it really well, and that's what we're pushing. If you have any questions, email me, comment, whatever. If you want to see any other projects I'm working on, because I'm always building crap. As you can see, probably in the background, there's a lot of junk laying around. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks.